Okay, guys, in this video here, we're gonna take this particular brand of utility knife and turn it into something a little bit nicer and more personalized. This particular knife happens to be this Master Force sliding utility knife. The number on it is 237-5599. I got this particular one at Menards. I'm sure other big box stores have stuff similar. What I did is I used the metal part as a template to start my designing for my wooden scale. This wooden scale, we're going to walk through it step by step, and we're going to change this into this. So hang along, watch, enjoy yourself, and we'll start by disassembling this knife. Now, you can do this to almost any knife that has screws in it. This happens to have number 6 Torx screws in the corners, and then if you flip it over on this side, it also has the Torx screws in it. Okay, so the first thing is just to take it all apart. Now, these Torx screws are pretty small, so you got to kind of be careful a little bit about taking these set screws out. So I just go about it, you know, kind of carefully as I can and start just disassembling it. Now, I don't use this belt clip over again. You could if you want. It's personal preference. I just choose not to. So I'll just remove all of these screws and take the clip off. Next thing is taking these screws out here. Now I'll tell you right now, just because I've had a couple of these apart, these two top screws are a little bit different than the bottom screws. So I don't know if you can see this, but these screws are real little. But this one here is a little bit fatter than the ones that are on the bottom. So kind of keep track of where your screws are at, so when you go to put this back together, it's not quite the challenge trying to figure out where the dang screws go. Okay? And this should lift right off of here, not with a whole lot of problem. As you can see, this screw here is a lot longer and it's thinner. So just keep track of them. Underneath that, it has this plastic liner. A couple other things that can come flying out at you are these pins right here. What they do is they can fall out, just as that one just did. Not a big deal, just to be aware of what you got. So we'll turn it back over to the other side and we'll do the same thing on this side. Now, the bottom ones also have these spacers in them right here. So you may have to get a hold of them with a pair of pliers or something to stop them from spinning on you. again, these screws are for that. They're a little bit longer, and they also go into those spacers. The top two go directly into the chassis of the knife itself. Oh, that's going to be a stubborn one. Oh, that one's stripped. Somebody must have really honked on that at the factory. Take this other one out. If you come across a stripped one, sometimes basically all you can do is take a Dremel tool after the screw, put a slot into it, and go ahead and you'll have to figure out. I got spare screws, so I won't have to figure that one out, but that's what you got to do. Okay, I'll get a Dremel tool here with a cutoff wheel. And I guess we'll have to just kind of work at that screw a little bit to get that thing out of there. And again, all I'm going to do is put a slot in it so I can put a regular screwdriver in there. Now, I don't care about the stainless steel because I'm not going to use it over. Here we come. Now, the post is spinning. I guess I could use the screw over and just use it as a slotted head screw, I guess, if I wanted to. Now the other thing you got to be cautious on this one here is this little button here, okay, because it does come out. Also, there is a little spring that was behind the button right here. Need that for later when we go to assemble it. So now here is the scale, the original scale right here, and here's the other original scale right here. And we don't really need those anymore. If you're going to do this, you can go to my website and download the program to make this particular scale. If you have one that's not like that, you would take this piece here and use it as a template, you know, and then measure the thickness of it, etc., so that when you go to put your screws and stuff back in, you've countersunk your holes enough so you don't have to mess with the screws themselves. So that's the disassembly of our knife. This is our donor knife. So now we're ready to advance on and start doing our machining and setup to make our scales. Thank you for watching, and this will continue on. Come on back.